Hey y'all, what's going on? Lisa here, Family Foods, and I am going to be making some puff rice and date chews. It's on the back of the Arrowhead Mills puffed brown rice. That's the only ingredient. Kind of tastes like a rice cake if you had it. That's the only ingredient, and I thought the recipe sounded really good on the back. So I'm going to make a couple modifications, but this is what the recipe is if you want to make it exact. I thought it sounded good because it's kind. I usually make like a date oat ball, and I don't cook it. I make it with oats, and this is basically dates and the puff rice, but you bake it, and it calls for an egg, vanilla, and butter, and a little salt in there. Real simple. But what I'm gonna do is, first of all, I'm gonna half the recipe because I've never made it before, just to see how they come out. And then it does say you can use an egg substitute. I have some eggs, but I like to actually keep this vegan. So I'm gonna use, I happen to have some ground chia seeds that I've had for a while, but you can use ground flax and just do like an egg substitute. It only calls for one egg, and since I'm halving the recipe, I'm just gonna kind of wing it. But I've got, I'm gonna do everything in the Vitamix because I don't actually have a food processor. It just says to preheat oven to 350. Place all ingredients in food processor and process for 2 to 3 minutes or until cohesive ball forms. Form mixture into 1-inch balls. Place on oiled cookie sheet and flatten with a fork. Bake for 12 to 14 minutes or until done. I like that. Or until done. That's my oven preheating. So I've got, I'm going to put the rice at the bottom actually. So I've got 1.5 cups of puff rice. I've got 1 tablespoon of butter. Half would actually be a tablespoon and a half, but I'm going a little lighter. And then a 1/2 cup of pitted dates. And then I think I'm going to put, I'm going to put a tablespoon of ground flax in there. And I'll probably put 2 tablespoons of water. Usually it's like, I think that's what it is for a flax egg. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of water. And a little pinch of salt. Ran out of I like finally ground Himalayan pink salt, but I ran out, so I'm using this gray sea salt. It's really good. And a little splash of vanilla. Go, a little splash of vanilla. And I'll get this all kind of into a mixture, and I'll show you that, and I'm going to form into little balls. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so this is what the batter looks like, and I tasted it, and it is really good. Like, delicious. You can just eat it like this, like kind of like a cookie dough or something, because it doesn't have the egg in it. It's really good. I'm curious though, like I said, about the baking part into a cookie and making it like a chew like it says. So I'm gonna form these into, like it says, little balls and flatten them. I'll show you, and then I'm gonna throw them in the oven, and then we'll taste them cooked. Right, guys, so it made 9, but I ate 1 raw. This is to die for, the batter. It tastes like caramel popcorn. It tastes like it should be really, really bad for you. I think next time I make it, I'll make it the exact same way, minus the butter, just to make it a little healthier. Yeah, so I'll bake them, and then I'll repeat exactly how I made these, so you can have another option. But this is really, really good. So I'm going to stick it in the oven and bake them, like it says, 12 to 14 minutes, and we'll see how they come out. All right, guys, here's what the cookies look like. I did 14 minutes. I checked it after 12, but I thought it needed to go a little longer. I let one cool. I tasted it, and honestly, I care for it not cooked. I know this isn't bad, but I think I care for it the other way, like raw. But to make it like a little less wet or sticky, I probably add like maybe take out the water when I did the ground chia seeds. or just use like regular chia seeds or some flax or maybe some coconut or some chopped nuts. But if you use the base of 1.5 cups of puffed rice to a 1/2 cup of dates, a little bit of vanilla and salt, because that really did give it a nice flavor, you've got a great base to add. You don't need the butter, you don't need the egg. I actually like it better than using oats, so that would be a great base to make some kind of like little puff rice ball, I guess, instead of an oat ball. But yeah, this isn't bad. It's definitely very, very good, but if you just want my honest opinion, I like it better raw. So I did 1.5 cups of brown puff rice, 1/2 cup of pitted dates, 1 tablespoon of ground chia seeds, 2 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon of butter, pinch of salt, and a splash of vanilla. And then I folded into the 9 balls, pressed them out, baked them for 14 minutes, and that's exactly what you'll get. These little guys, little cookies. So anyways, hope you try this recipe. I definitely make this again. Like I said, I like it uncooked. I think you can make little granola bars out of this too. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Remember to always eat happy foods, always make food with love, and I'll catch you real soon, my friend. Ciao.